Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I'm going to be making a fusion flower, and I'm going to be using this mold by Pouring Your Heart Out. It's the Cascade mold. It is a pretty big mold. I've mixed up some Art Pro resin. Here is my push. It is rose red. That is by Let's Resin. It is a resin dye. I have mixed up some blue. That is also Let's resin dye. All of these are Let's resin dye. Purple, this is a combination of violet and purple. They are both different forms of Let's resin dye. One of them is the transparent and the other one is not quite so transparent. And then finally, this is red, and that is ruby red dye and also Let's resin red dye. And I will put the links to everything down in the description so that you know what to find and where to find them. And then finally, I used Cast and Craft to make some white. I'm in the process of kind of figuring out the equivalencies for my new paste. That's why I did not use that one. But that will be coming soon. I'm going to transition over. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sticks out of all these because it just makes it a lot easier for when I'm going to go ahead and pour these. This is actually a super easy recipe. It does belong to resincourses.com, so I cannot give you the actual recipe, but if you're interested in it, you can go over and check it out there. And she's got some great stuff. So first I'm going to start off by pouring in half of the purple, and I'm going to repeat that with the other colors. So I'm going to do half the purple, half of the blue, and then I will follow that up with half of the red. And you can see it just is making a little puddle in the middle. It's not exactly even, and that's just because of the way you pour. It has nothing to do with, my table is level or whatever. So, and then I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this. I'm going to pour the purple in. I'm going to use my stick to get all of it out because I don't like to waste resin. I want to make sure I use it all since it is quite expensive. I don't want to put anything to waste. So put in the purple. Then I will go next with the blue, finish that one off. Excuse me, my allergies are really bad right now, so I'm trying not to sniffle at you. Don't know if I'm succeeding or not. But there's the rest of the blue in there. And these colors, red and blue, obviously make purple, and then you've got purple, so this is going to have a lot of purple in it, but that's okay with me. I like purple. All right, so now I'm going to put the red in there, and I decided to try this with all resin dyes because I thought that that would be something different, and I have a larger variety of colors, although they are not quite as intense as using the acrylic inks. All right, so now I'm going to torch. I'm going to give it a little torch, make sure I get rid of any bubbles. My flame is really, really low. And then the next step is, well, after I'm done wiping this up, I'm going to take my white and I'm going to pour the white in there. And I'm going to dump it in, but I'm going to dump it in not super, super fast, only because I don't want to make a mess. But I'm going to dump it in relatively fast. I'm not going to pour it slowly or anything. And just scrape that out so I get all the white in there. Don't want to waste any. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take the pink that is in the cup for the push, and I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to dump it in there, but I want to make sure that I don't overflow my mold, so I'm going to do it kind of carefully. See there, I dump it, and it actually, I think it took all of it. It did take all of it. Sorry, I'm doing a voiceover, so I did this yesterday. Trying to remember off the top of my head what I said and did is kind of hard. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a center to this because I don't want it to be boring in the middle, and I'm not sure if it's going to close up all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and add a center, and I am going to add these, I think it's silver rocks. Let me look and see, and I will be able to tell you. Yes, it is silver crushed glass, and I'm just going to add a little bit in the center. I don't want to add too much. I don't want a really big center. And then I will tap that down and torch again just to make sure that there isn't any bubbles lingering and trapped inside there. Because that would be bad. You know me and my bubbles. I don't like bubbles. Oh, and by the way, I could not have done this without my friend Jacqueline. She totally gave me some tips about doing this and shared some information with me. So thank you, Jacqueline, for that. I would not have been able to do this without you. Some of these recipes, you just kind of need a friend to help you out, right? All right, so now I think I torched it already, and I'm going to get ready to just go, and we will unmold in a sec. All right. Oh, this is a time lapse. I'm so sorry. So you can see that everything is kind of changing because the white is moving around and going different places. So you can see it kind of changes, and it looks pretty cool. While it does that, I don't know how long this time lapse actually takes, but hey, if I am doing a voiceover, you don't have to watch it in complete silence. All right, time to unmold. This is what it's looking like right before I went to unmold. And here we go. Let's see what we've got. You can see that there's some really big petals, and then it looks kind of like an eclipse around the center. You can see that it has like these little tendrils coming out around, which are kind of cool. So let's see what we've got. Here we go. And wow, can you look at that? I think that came out so amazing. It does have a slightly clear center. However, it doesn't bother me that it does. I think it actually looks really cool. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. I really appreciate you being here. Bye.